So today is December 2nd, 2011. Yesterday, the opening ceremony was held. The 2-month special 60-day retreat was opened yesterday. So in the opening ceremony, Sayadaw touched on the Dhamma. Just like the physical bodies require nutriment, these physical bodies, require nutriments. So we can get a nutriment out of the food we eat. There are several kinds of nutriment, or vitamin or mineral, like vitamin A, B, or multivitamin, and so on. So these vitamin and mineral, they make our body grow well and healthy and strong and free fresh. So in the same way, our minds also need a mental nutriment, what we call in Pali Dhamma. Dhamma means the Dhamma nutriment or the Dhamma taste. So here Dhamma means, Dhamma literally means something that bring us. So what Dhamma bring to us? The bringing us means, it's to bring us to somewhere, or take us to somewhere, or the protect us from danger, or the uplift our quality of life. That's the literal meaning of the Dhamma. So there is the Dhamma can be of two kinds, the Dhamma to practice, Dhamma to learn. We have to put our knowledge and learning into practice. Then only can we take the Dhamma, the Dhamma nutriment out of our practice. This kind of spiritual nutriment is called Dhamma. So when we feed our mind these physical Dhamma spiritual nutriment to our mind, then the mind become fresh and its qualities become uplifted, and step by step is growing and stronger and healthier. So actually he was supposed to continue this topic, but here traditionally the teachers teach yogis. Yogis need to learn the 4 guardians meditations. 4 guardian meditation we call the Chatura Rekha Kamathana. That means the guardian meditation. These meditations guard us from the danger and or the possible dangers or any kinds of impediments. So during the intensive retreat, we are likely to encounter certain kinds of the dangers or fear or maybe something else. Then these 4 kinds of the guardian will guard us from these dangers. So these 4 kinds of meditations are called guardian meditation. Traditionally, you are all need to learn these meditations. So Sayadaw will teach this meditation today. The Pali word Chatura Rekha is composed of 2 words, Chatu and Arekha. Chatu means 4, Arekha means or guardian or protection. These four kinds of meditation protects us from or guard us from the dangers or impediments or any kinds of the undesirable problem. So protection or bringing us happiness or bringing us the safeguard. So these kinds of meditations are called guardian meditation or arakha, chaturaraka meditations. Namely, first of all, Buddha Nosati, recollections of the Buddha's qualities, and the second, the metta, the loving kindness. We transfer our loving kindness to all living beings. And then the third one is asubha, the contemplation on the repulsiveness or repulsive nature or disgusting nature of the body. And the last and fourth one is maranatati, recollections of our death. So, Sayadaw, we touch on these four meditations in brief, not in detail. We don't have enough time to explain them in detail. Now, today, especially, Sayadaw, we touch on is the first guardian meditation, recollection of the Buddha's qualities, so that you can develop the faith in the Buddha and make or put great effort in the practice. So, first of all, recollection of the Buddha will be explained. So actually, there are countless or limitless qualities that belong to the Buddha. So we don't have enough time to explain all the qualities of the Buddha in detail. And moreover, in the foreign countries or the many people in the world, some of them, they may not like the recollection of the Buddha's qualities because they complain about, oh, this is the kind of personal devotion. So they don't want to listen the talk on personal devotion to the Buddha. So Sayadaw, Venerable Sayadaw, instead of talking about the Buddha's quality, he rather explained the qualities of the Dhamma. But however, it is a very good tradition to learn the qualities of the Buddha, how to recollect quality of the Buddha, so that we can develop the faith in the Buddha who taught us how to practice, how to develop mindfulness. So it is good to develop the recollection of the Buddha so that we develop the faith in the Buddha and we are able to put great effort in the practice. So Sayadaw, we touch on this, decided to touch on this meditation, recollection of the Buddha. During the Buddha's time, there were people of other religions who came and checked the Buddhas, who the Buddhas really was. When they came and saw the Buddha, when they met the Buddha, they saw the qualities of the Buddha, and then they developed faith in the Buddha and his teaching. Finally, they practiced under the guidance of the Buddha, and they accomplished spiritual achievement to some extent. Then they speak out in praise of the Buddha. There were words of praising the Buddha. Among them, Sayadaw would like to explain a few of them. The first one is Jando So Bhagawa Dhammataya Dhamma Desati. So the Buddha is formed to be tamed. Only when he was fully tamed, did he teach other living beings to be tamed as the way he was tamed. He had been tamed. So that's one of the words of embrace people of those days made when they praise the Buddha. It is not reasonable that one can be able to tame others without oneself being tamed. So the Buddha never did that way. Never thought of that way. Never spoke of that way. The Buddha himself was tamed in advance. Only when he was tamed, he started teaching others. So here, we need to learn what are things, the untamed, or blameworthy, or defiled, or impure, or uncivilized, or untamed. The opposite of these factors, or the defilement, or impurity, or uncivilization, and rudeness, there are blameless qualities in mind, in speech, or in body. So your body, speech, and mind is blameless, or is become lovable, and respectable, and admirable. So what kind of mind is blameless, lovable, admirable, or calm and peaceful? Is the mind that is free from greed or selfishness, anger or hatred, delusion and illusion. So in brief, when our mind is free from anger, or hatred, or greed, selfishness, and ignorance, our mind should be considered to be blameless, lovable, admirable, praiseworthy. With this mind we are called tamed, or civilized, or pure. So rudeness or uncivilization means lobha, greed, or selfishness, anger, hatred, moha, illusion, or delusion, or ignorance. So lobha, greed, there's a normal form of greed, and then stronger form of greed, you become selfish and stingy. And a normal form or low degree or the dosa is unsatisfactoriness or aversion. And then it gets stronger. You may become angry, or you develop hatred or prejudice, something like this. And then you become impatient. you rarely forgive or forget. You take revenge on the people, and then there also you become cruel, and hatred becomes stronger. And also there is stupidity, foolishness, silliness. These are moha. These are the form of the moha or manifestation of the lobha, dosa and moha. So these lobha, dosa and moha mental defilements defines or make our mind impure. Because of these impurities, our action, speech and thought become impure and defiled. That's how we became rude or uncivilized. So rudeness or uncivilization means the greed, selfishness, anger, hatred, delusion, illusion, stupidity and foolishness. The Buddha, he totally eradicated, totally removed all these mental defilements. So his bodily actions, speeches and thoughts totally pure, 100% pure. And so his mind is always calm and peaceful, free from mental defilements and hindrances. So Buddha is someone who really tamed, who really civilized. So that's why when you experience Dhamma, you realize these qualities of the Buddha. Buddha is someone who is really tamed. You will realize this when you experience the Dhamma. So these mental defilements, lobha, dosa, moha, how they come into existence in our mind, to our mind. In the absence of the mindfulness, when the sense objects, like visible objects, sound, smell, taste, touch, when these sense objects impinge on our sense organs, like eye, ear, nose, etc., then there arise these mental defilements, greed, selfishness, anger, hatred, and so on. So when we have no mindfulness, we are likely to commit evil deeds. We may break 5 precepts. And when we have the moral shame and the moral fear, and we may break 5 precepts. So when these mental defilements manifest, we have to be mindful of them. Otherwise, these mental defilements will lead us to committing evil deeds, breaking 5 precepts. So these mental defilements, there is the potential form or dormant form of the mental defilement. From that potential form, the mental defilements become active and motivated, and we may commit evil deeds physically and verbally. So in brief, we have to develop the 3 trainings we call Sankha, Sila training, morality training, concentration training, and wisdom training. through the morality training, we can purify our mind, we can purify ourselves from moral defense, moral offenses. And through the concentration training, we can keep our mind away from mental defilements, or we can keep our mind pure of mental defilements. And when we attain mega enlightenment, we can uproot the mental defilements, the potential form or the dormant form or the mental defilements. So the Buddha is honored as a Dandad, a person fully tamed or the fully civilized, because he had no more mental defilements from the from the combination of senses and sense objects. So from seeing or hearing, smelling, tasting, touching or thinking, there arise no more mental defilements like the selfishness, anger or hatred or ignorance or delusion. Suppose, for example, we see something or someone beautiful. If we are not mindful, if we are not aware of the truth, and then there will be illusion or the delusion. And also there is stupidity and foolishness. And it also involves the moral shamelessness, moral fearlessness. So the more beautiful someone or something look to you, to us, the stronger the attachment or desire to get or desire to possess become. Later it's very difficult to resist temptation. Then we are fully attached to that things or that person. Then we want to gain or we want to possess, we want to own that things or that person. So we make effort, no matter whether wholesome or unwholesome, skillful or unskillful. We make effort to get or to possess that things. So we are likely to commit evil deeds. That's uncivilization or that's rudeness. So these kinds of mental defilements we arise every time we become mindless. We lose mindfulness. The moment we lose mindfulness, the desire, the sensual desire or desire to possess or desire to own something beautiful or someone beautiful arise, and then we become untamed or uncivilized and become rude, committing evil deeds. And sometimes we unsatisfactoriness or aversion or hatred, impatience, unforgiveness, cruelties. These are all rudeness or uncivilization. So if you are able to be mindful, the moment they arise, if you are mindful of the seeing, hearing, smelling, etc., and then you realize what they really are, you realize the truth, and there will be no room for illusion or delusion or ignorance. The Buddha, he himself, as a would-be Buddha, throughout samsara, life after life, he made great effort to fulfill the parami, the noble deeds So he accomplished his parami, and then he get rid of all kinds of mental hindrances in all forms, the dormant form, or active form, or transgressive form. All forms of mental defilements were uprooted by the Buddha by fulfilling his parami. Then only the Buddha is honored as to be Danda, someone fully tamed, someone fully civilized, someone fully polite. So Buddha is honored. Buddha is someone who was worthy of this praise or qualities called Danda, fully civilized, polite, tamed person. So all yogis are on the path to this road, on the path the Buddha himself walked. So Satipatthana meditations, mindfulness practice, mindfulness development is the one that train our mind, the one that help us to overcome, to uproot these mental impurities or mental defilements. So Sayadaw said he really happy you are on that very path. So that's why the Buddha is honored. That's the Buddha who have no mental defilements from seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, and thinking. And then only did he teach us Dhamma out of compassion. So what the purpose? He taught us Dhamma. The Pali was say the Dhammataya, which means to help us to become tamed or civilized. So to help us or to make us tame and civilized, he taught us Dhamma. The Dhamma which can help us to tame and to get tamed and to be polite and to be civilized. So to create good condition to do something, the first thing we have to do is we must make ourselves, we must put ourselves in good condition or wholesome, healthy condition. Then only can we help others, we can put others in good condition or wholesome condition. So without ourselves being tamed, is it impossible to help others to be tamed or to civilize or to polite? So first of all, we must tame ourselves, and then we help others to get tamed or civilized in the same manner. So in this case also, you need to learn how to how to teach others, how to lead others the right path. So following the Buddha's teaching, we to some extent get tamed and civilized and polite. So if we can follow the Buddha teachings fully and completely, we will really fully tamed and civilized and polite. So then we will realize how meaningful the qualities of the Buddha, the Danda, the fully tamed, and help us others to get tamed. So we will realize the essence or the core of the Buddha's qualities this way. beneficial. So nowadays in the world, there are teachers. They are teaching valuable lessons, but they may not teach. They may not teach us how to become civilized, how to become polite. So the Buddha is a very unique teacher. He taught us how to become civilized, how to become polite. So this is a really great purpose that the Buddha taught us to become civilized and polite. So the Buddha taught us, the Buddha taught Dhamma to us. His purpose is very pure. It's to tame us, or to help us to be tamed or civilized or polite. There is no impure purpose for personal gain or personal fame or popularity. No such unwholesome purpose the Buddha has. The only purpose of his teaching is to help us to get tamed or civilized and polite. So if we follow the Buddha's teaching, if we practice according to the Buddha teaching, then we can enjoy the consistent results consistently. We practice sila, morality, concentration and wisdom. By practicing sila, we can overcome the transgressive form or the mental defilements. By practicing sila, we can keep our mind become active in an evil way. And then if we attain mega enlightenment, we can uproot or we can get rid of all kinds of mental defilements, any form, or the dormant form or latent form. So there is always results according to the cause. There is always consistency. If you practice, you have certain kinds of results. There is always consistency. So when you practice until you attain mega enlightenment, you will overcome all kinds of mental defilements completely. So the teachings of the Buddha is very consistent. If we follow, we can experience the results. It's very consistent. That's why the Buddha's teaching is honored as the Swakato. Swakato means the Buddha's Dhamma is taught in a very consistent manner. If you practice the Dhamma with a full faith, you will definitely experience the certain kinds of results. There is a very consistent. So this quality of Dhamma also need to be explained, but for today is not enough time, so we continue this fact tomorrow. So time is up. That's it for today. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.